Hello everyone. Can you see this board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So where did we
Good
left in
morning,
last
sir.
morning morning?
Michelson model experiment.
So in the last class, I think I explained that the Michelson-Morley experiment
Yes, sir.
gives you some sort of fringe pattern or some spot on the eyepiece. Some interference pattern is there. Okay. And when you rotate it, the expected outcome is shift in pattern, right? This is what we expect. And the outcome that we observed is no shift, right?
So your screen is not visible.
Is it true for everyone? क्या सभी को screen नहीं दिखती?
Sir, it is
No, sir,
visible.
it's
Sir,
No, sir,
visible.
visible.
Visible, sir.
It's visible.
So let me repeat. If some of you are not able to see, then it's a network problem from your side. Just reconnect yourself. यदि आप में से कुछ लोगों को स्क्रीन नहीं दिखती है तो जस्ट आप रिकनेक्ट कीजिए खुद को. If all of you do not see, then I'll reconnect myself. So just go out from the meeting and join back it. Okay. This shift in pattern was expected when we assumed that ether exists, right? The light speed with respect to ether. Let me write in words. Speed of light with respect to ether is c, and therefore speed of light on earth, because earth is moving in ether, is between c minus b and c plus b, depending on the direction of b and c. Okay. So when we do not observe any shift, it simply means that these assumptions are not right. Okay. ये assumptions माने थे तब आपने ये predict किया कि shift आना चाहिए, but in reality you do not see any shift. So it simply means that these assumptions are not right. Okay. So what is wrong then? क्या गलत हो सकता है? So there are many theories, many explanation, many new phenomena scientists introduced to satisfy this no result outcome. साइंटिस्ट ने नई थ्योरी डेवलप करी, नए फिनोमेना जनरेट किए, एंड दे इम्प्लीमेंट दोज न्यू फिनोमेना विद द कंसेप्ट ऑफ ईथर. ईथर की हाइपोथेसिस को फिर भी रिजेक्ट नहीं किया. दे ट्राई टू क्रिएट ए न्यू थ्योरी, ओके, जो ईथर को भी माने, एट द सेम टाइम इट आल्सो प्रेडिक्ट दैट देयर इज नो शिफ्ट. बिकॉज डिस्कार्डिंग ईथर वाज नॉट इजी एट दैट टाइम, क्योंकि ईथर ही नहीं रहेगा तो लाइट ट्रेवल कैसे करेगा. So one such assumption was this: length contraction. किसका आइडिया था लेंथ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन? So Lorentz had some intuition of length contraction at that time. Not from this experiment. He was also doing some other experiment at atomic level. लॉरेंज का कुछ दूसरे एक्सपेरिमेंट से एक आइडिया था कि लेंथ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन पॉसिबल है एंड ही हैड आइडिया ऑफ दिस फॉर्मूला. लॉरेंज को इस फॉर्मूले का सफिशिएंट आइडिया था दैट व्हेन ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर मूविंग, फॉर मूविंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स the length should be something like this: the true length into square root 1 minus b square by c square. Okay, so he tried to implement length contraction in Michelson-Morley experiment, and for some very particular case he also succeed in getting zero shift. Length contraction implement करके लॉरेंज कुछ हद तक सक्सेसफुल भी हुए ईथर हाइपोथेसिस के साथ नो शिफ्ट लाने में. इट इज नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू सी व्हाट लेंथ डिड यू ऑब्जर्व. आपने जो टाइम नोट किए थे वो क्या थे? t1 वाज 2l1 upon 1 minus b square by c square, right? t horizontal. t in the vertical direction was some 2l2 upon, this is the length in the direction of light or parallel to light, right? This is the length perpendicular to light. Perpendicular to light. Let us say the concept of Lorentz is right. मान लीजिए Lorentz का concept सही है. In that case, this length should be contracted. ये length वास्तव में true length नहीं है. This will be contracted. So to exact horizontal time कितना होना चाहिए? According to Lorentz, it should be 2l1 square root 1 minus b square upon c square 1 minus b square upon c square. So if L1 is equal to L2, यदि एक पर्टिकुलर केस लें जहां पे L1 is equal to L2 है, then you can see both the times are same. Okay, and in that case there is no shift. But if L1 is not is equal to L2, then length contraction भी काम नहीं करता है. Then this is also not true. Okay, so these are the type of problems people were facing at that time. Some people think that something is not right with the setup. Machine में ही कहीं fault है. They tried to improve the setup. Some people generated some new setup working on some other principle. Okay, so they also reject the concept of ether. वहां से भी कोई proper outcome नहीं आया. Let me show you the table which give you some idea of how many experiments were conducted and how many theories were given to find out whether ether exists or not. So we are not going to go detail of all these things. इस पूरी डिटेल में तो हम लोग नहीं जाएंगे. I'll just show you the attempts made by the scientist in that time. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. So you can see there are many experiments here. Michelson and Morley and Miller experiment is there. Miller experiment is there. Tomczak experiment is there. Miller-Kennedy experiment is there. So there are series of experiments conducted to detect presence of ether. Okay. Each experiment has some problem. Okay. They satisfy some of the result. They do not satisfy some of the result. Many theories were given. बहुत सारी theories भी दी गई. Let me give you some idea of theory. Stationary ether theory, stationary ether Lorentz contraction theory, ether attached to some other body. मान लीजिए ether ही move कर रहा हो, कोई और दूसरी body stationary हो. Okay. So these theories satisfy some of the outcome. ये theory कुछ outcome satisfy करी. Like Lorentz contraction finally satisfy the Michelson-Morley, right? But they did not satisfy this Kennedy experiment. They did not satisfy some other experiment. So this is the matrix which you can see that Some theories satisfy some of the experiment. A means they satisfy, D means they do not satisfy. Okay, theory disagree. A means theory agree with experiment. So you can see we have a lots of mess up here. We have no particular theory which satisfy all the outcome except one. You can see in the last special theory of relativity. This theory satisfy outcome of all the experiments conducted in those days. जो भी 15-20 साल की यूनिवर्सिटी में जितने एक्सपेरिमेंट किए गए सबके आउटकम को this was the only theory which satisfy each and every one of them. Otherwise बाकी सभी थ्योरी में कुछ आउटकम्स सेटिस्फाई होते थे, कुछ आउटकम्स का कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं था. Okay. So we are not going to discuss all these experiments. We are not going to discuss all the theories generated in the intermediate time. We are jumping directly to the final theory given by Einstein. Okay. So what was this theory? It is based on two postulates. Postulates means in Hindi you can call it avdharna. So these are kind of assumptions that these are true and there is no derivation for it. इनको आप सही मान लीजिए, ये सही क्यों है, कहां से आए, there is no reason behind it. So what was these two assumptions or these two postulates? Okay. And second is so you can see first postulate is quite logical. There is nothing to prove there. It simply says that whatever of rules you are using to define a movement, the same rules must be used by some other person to define the same movement. जो भी let us say you are applying Newton's law, let us say you are doing some other experiment, आपने कुछ और रूल बना रहे हैं. So the set of rule is same for everyone. जो रूल आप यूज करेंगे वो रूल मैं भी यूज करूंगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपका ट्रीटमेंट कुछ हो रहा है, मेरा ट्रीटमेंट कुछ हो रहा है. Okay? As long as they are in your same frame. Guys, mute yourself, please. Keshav Ram, please mute. This second one is speed of light is constant in all inertial frame. Means whatever is your velocity with respect to other persons, but all these persons must observe the same speed of light. Okay. So this is not consistent with the Galilean transformation. According to Galilean, if we have two persons S and S prime, and this is some object P, the velocity of this object is seen different by different persons. Okay. But according to Einstein, if this object is a light pulse, then its speed must be seen same by S and S prime. इसकी स्पीड S और S prime दोनों को सेम ही दिखाई देगी. And that number is how much? 3 into. Okay. So this is absolute number. It does not depend on any frame. ये किसी frame पे भी depend नहीं करता है. It is like a constant thing which is always there in this universe. Okay. ये किस frame के respect में है? At least for light, there is no such frame. हमें किसी frame को define करने की जरूरत ही नहीं. Okay. So these are the two assumptions or two postulates. Once we assume these two things, एक बार इन दोनों बातों को मान लेंगे, then we can satisfy all the outcome we are observing in Michelson-Morley experiment. जो भी Michelson-Morley experiment में outcome दिख रहे थे, those can be explained very easily. वो सब explain किए जा सकते हैं. Okay. So before we continue from here, let me discuss in detail meaning of few words here. Can anyone explain what is inertial frame?
तो जिसमें एक्सेलरेशन नहीं होता, जिसपे
कांस्टेंट स्पीड और नॉट
Unaccelerated.
एक्सेलरेशन.
कांस्टेंट स्पीड क्या होती है?
कांस्टेंट
एक्सटर्नल फोर्स
Unaccelerated frame.
Non-accelerated frame.
See,
जिसमें एक्सेलरेशन नहीं होता है.
whenever you say there is no speed or constant speed, let me tell you, speed is still a relative concept. We have a special treatment for light, but for light only. All other objects still have relative velocity. The objects move with respect to each other. दूसरा ऑब्जर्वर देखेगा तो उसको स्पीड दूसरी दिखाई देगी. Only light has a particular case that no matter who observe, speed of light is always this number. सिर्फ लाइट के केस में ऐसा हो रहा है कि कोई भी ऑब्जर्वर देखे स्पीड इतनी ही मिलेगी. ओके, सो स्पीड और वेलोसिटी is a relative concept. But inertial frame is not a relative concept. ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि मेरे रेस्पेक्ट में फ्रेम इनर्शियल है, आपके रेस्पेक्ट में नॉन इनर्शियल है. If frame is inertial means it is inertial. If frame is non inertial means it is non inertial. ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे रेस्पेक्ट में इनर्शियल हो गया बट आप देख रहे हैं तो नॉन इनर्शियल हो गया. No. So what is the true definition of inertial frame?
Frame is satisfy Newton of मतलब Newton's law of motion.
Newton's laws are valid. What is Newton's law? If there is acceleration, if there is a change in momentum, then there must be a force. Okay. Or if there is a force, there will be change in momentum. Okay. So if you see this phenomena, the frame is inertial. If this phenomena is not valid, the frame is non-inertial. Yes, you can have some idea of inertial and non-inertial frame. Like let us say you have one frame S. और कोई पर्सन S है एंड ही ऑब्जर्व दैट न्यूटन्स लॉ इज वैलिड. इसको कुछ इसने कैलकुलेशंस किया, वो एक्सपेरिमेंट किया एंड ही रियलाइज दैट न्यूटन्स लॉज आर वैलिड हियर. मींस ही इज ए इनर्शियल फ्रेम. ओके, देयर इज अनदर फ्रेम S prime and this S prime is moving with a constant velocity with respect to S. Then without doing any calculation, बिना कोई कैलकुलेशन, बिना एक्सपेरिमेंट किए आप ये प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं कि ये भी इनर्शियल ही होगा. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ यू कैन प्रेडिक्ट वेदर अदर फ्रेम इज इनर्शियल और नॉन इनर्शियल. बट इनर्शियल फ्रेम इज ऑलवेज एन एब्सोल्यूट कांसेप्ट. वो किसी के रिलेटिव में नहीं होता है. ऑलराइट, एनी अदर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड वर्ड हियर? नो. So now we have a stage of conflict somewhere. क्या conflict है? Although we can explain Michelson-Morley experiment quite easily. यदि इनको सही मान ले तो Michelson-Morley experiment से explain हो जाएगा. Explanation नहीं दे रहे अभी आपको. But we are in a new problem now. क्या problem आएगी? For objects, we have this formula. Right? Or these are given by Galileo. Yes.
Sir, from the above observation, how can we define the inertial frame? If a constant force acting on a body or something else?
सॉरी, आस्क अगेन, क्या पूछा आपने?
Sir, from the above observation, as we were seeing that the change in momentum concludes inertial frame or not?
See, let us say a object is moving. Okay.
Yes, sir.
With some speed b or b1, and you realize that its speed is changing. इसकी speed b1 से b2 हो गई. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you see any force acting on particle? यदि आपको कोई force भी दिखाई दे रहा है जो इस particle पे act कर रहा है, and that force
No.
is equal to this number m b2 minus b1 upon t, then your frame is inertial. यदि ऐसा है कि पार्टिकल का स्पीड तो चेंज हो गया बट कोई फोर्स उस पर लगा ही नहीं, या फोर्स जो लगा वो इतना नहीं है, then your frame is non inertial.
Okay, sir. Clear हो गया, sir. Thank you, sir.
Like, let me give you some very simple example. There is a runway, the flight is taking off. So when the flight takes off, you realize that there is some force pushing you backward, right? So you can sense the force, but is there any movement in you? क्या आप में कोई movement भी हुआ है? So in the flight, when you feel a jerk, there is a force, right? You can realize that force. But is there any acceleration in you? क्या आप accelerate भी हुए? आप पहले भी सीट पे बैठे थे, अभी भी सीट पे बैठे हैं, right? It means that that plane is not inertial frame. वो plane inertial frame नहीं था. Okay? There is a force. You can realize that force. You can have feeling of that force. But when you measure acceleration or change in velocity, there is no change in velocity. So for objects, this is the rule. But for light,
तब मैन के लिए तो प्लेन नॉन इनर्शियल हुआ ना?
Right. So the passenger sitting in the plane, that plane is a non-inertial frame. उस person के लिए वो plane एक non-inertial frame है. Okay. Because that plane is applying a force, the passenger has a feeling of that force, but कोई acceleration उसने observe नहीं किया अपने ऊपर.
सर जो बाहर से लोग देख रहे हैं उसके लिए
inertial होगा. Because the person is accelerating. जो person ground से इस plane को उड़ते हुए देख रहे हैं. According to, let us say we have this person here. Okay. So the frame of this person means the ground frame. उसको क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? There is a force on the plane. वो force कौन लगा रहा है? Ground से आ रहा है. And due to that force, that person is accelerating. वो person आगे की ओर बढ़ रहा है with a non-constant velocity. Okay. So this ground is inertial frame. Ground inertial frame है. Plane is not inertial. Plane non-inertial. Okay.
Sir, you said inertial frame is an absolute concept, but sir, it's always relative to each other.
Relative to each other means that depending on the frame, the same things become. Let me give you some numerical on it, then it will be clear to you. Okay. So let me prepare one or two numericals on it. That will give you some idea of inertial or inertial frame. Okay. So let's skip it for now because then it will take much time. I'll explain it later in detail. See, so for light, the treatment is special. Whoever is the observer, you always have the same speed. What about those objects which have speed close to light? V is nearly equal to C. What will they follow? This or this? Or in simple words, what is the rule of transformation now? सो इज गैलेरियन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑलवेज वैलिड? क्या गैलेरियन फॉर्मूला वास्तव में हर जगह वैलिड है? Problem is we cannot check validity of Galilean transformation at high speed. इतनी high speed achieve करना ही आसान नहीं है, so it is not really easy to check whether Galilean transformations are valid or not. Okay. Second, it is not checked for light also. Light के लिए भी check नहीं हुई है. We just give it as a postulate. हमने मान लिया है कि यही होता है. Okay. Because unless we assume this, कोई भी experiment सही से explain नहीं होता है. So what is the rule of transformation now? This or something new? Okay. So the correct answer is Galilean transformations are approximately true. Approximately true means if this relative velocity is very much less than the speed of light, then they give you approximately correct result. Absolute correct result फिर भी नहीं देंगे आपको, but the error is so small that you can ignore it. Or in other words, if V is of the order of C या उसके आसपास है, then Galilean transformations are not valid. Okay. So what is the exact transformation? वो कौन सा फॉर्मूला है जो हमको exact result देगा for all velocities? The answer lies here. So what is Lorentz transformation? Let us say these are the transformation rules. X prime, we have one person S. This is the coordinate frame of S. This is another person S prime. This is the coordinate frame of S prime. And some object, let us say this is the object. This is moving, let us say in this direction. S prime is moving with respect to S with velocity V. So S measures the position velocity of the particle. So X is the position. Let us say the time was t at that time. The velocity was u at that time, and so on. S prime also measures the same thing, but he finds the position is X prime. The time is t prime. The velocity is u prime, and so on. So what is the connection between xt and x prime t prime? Let us say these are the connections. X prime is equal to ax plus bt. Okay. Let us put some general number. Tx plus qt. Okay. Let us say these are the relations. Okay. The question is, what is AV and PQ? लिख तो दिया आपने, जनरल लिख, yes. See, if you see Galilean transformation, I can say these are the relations. X prime is equal to ax plus bt. T prime is equal to px plus qt, where what is A? 1. What is B? Minus B. What is P? 0. What is Q? T. 1, right? T prime is equal to T. These are the general rule. कुछ ना कुछ AB PQ होना चाहिए, but we do not know what is AB PQ. Okay, so these are the general rule. But yes, जब तक हमको AB PQ नहीं पता होगा, these equations have no meaning. आप तो लिख तो कुछ भी दें, but जब तक numbers नहीं भरेंगे आप, there is no meaning of such equations, right? So let us try to put some numbers. And how do you put the numbers? यहाँ पे आपने numbers कैसे put up किए थे? You observe the movement of particle. आपने माना था कि these two persons are looking at this object. You satisfy some vector calculus और आपको ये मिला. Let us do the same thing here. यहाँ पे दोबारा से करते हैं. So what do you know? आपको क्या क्या पता है? First, S prime is moving with respect to S with velocity v. So this is how do you mathematically write this thing? इसको mathematically आप कैसे implement करेंगे? So S को दिखाई देता है that S prime is moving. S has a realization that S prime is moving with this velocity towards right. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? At t is equal to 0, both were at the same position. दोनों एक ही जगह पर थे. But as the time increased, after some later time, there is some separation between them. दोनों के बीच में कुछ separation आ गया है. And because of this separation, S is claiming that S prime is moving. वो separation की वजह से S claim कर रहा है कि S prime आगे की ओर बढ़ रहा है. S prime भी same claim करेगा that S is moving backward. Okay. And how does S determine velocity? S को कैसे पता चला कितना velocity S prime का? The rule is simple. He measured this distance. उसने distance measure किया होगा x. He measured the time. उसे time भी measure किया. And x by t is equal to b. और x is equal to dt, right? ये किसके बारे में बात हो रही है? इसके origin के बारे में, जहाँ पे S prime खड़ा है at the origin of his own coordinate system. So this origin of S prime, guys, just give me a few seconds. So at t is equal to 0, both the origin of S and S prime are coinciding. जहाँ पे S खड़ा था वहीं पे S prime भी खड़ा था, और in other words x भी 0 था, x prime भी 0 था. But at later time, their origins are now at some distance. Or in other words, x हो गया bt, x prime is still 0. S prime खुद को देखेगा तो वो तो अपनी जगह पर ही है, right? Let us put these numbers in this equation. इसमें रख के देखते हैं क्या बनता है. So let us put this situation in this formula. So x prime is equal to ax plus vt. So x prime is 0. What is x? X is equal to vt plus bt. So 0 is equal to t av plus b. t is not 0. t 0 हो जाएगा तो आप वापस ओरिजिन पर आ गए. Obviously av plus b is 0. So we have got a connection between b and a. v is equal to minus ab. Let us put it back into this equation. इसको वापस इसी में रखते हैं. x prime is equal to a x, and instead of b I am going to write a b t, or x prime is equal to a times x minus bt. Somewhat similar to Galilean, but we have some number outside the whole equation. According to Galilean, this number is 1. According to Lorentz, we still do not know. 1 भी हो सकता है, कुछ और भी हो सकता है. अभी इसके बारे में कोई information नहीं है. Yes, any doubt?
Sir, is this applicable for all velocities or only for v tending to c?
No, this must be applicable for all velocities. Okay.
Sir, what is that?
Sorry,
Sir, what is that?
say it clearly. I could not understand you. दोबारा पूछिए.
Sir, what is that?
Can someone explain what is he saying? The voice is broken here.
I think he is asking what is T prime.
What is T prime? T prime is the time observed by the person S prime. Let us say some object is moving. Let us say some experiment is being conducted in the space. मान लीजिए कोई experiment किया जा रहा है. Let us say some movie is being played. कोई movie चल रही है. According to S, that movie took 3 hours to complete. हो सकता है S prime को वो movie 2.5 hours में दिखाई दे. Let us assume so. Okay. आप कहेंगे ऐसा कैसे मुमकिन है? How come time length be different for the same movie? So Einstein has some intuition of it. Einstein को कुछ intuition था इन सब arguments का. But the observed time for the same experiment can be different. हो सकता है इसके अकॉर्डिंग मूवी 3 घंटे चले, हो सकता है एक्सपेरिमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग सेम मूवी जल्दी खत्म हो जाए.
सर स्पीड बढ़ा देंगे.
नो, इट इज द सेम मूवी, सेम एक्सपेरिमेंट, कोई चीज नहीं कर रहे हैं आप कहीं भी. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? आई विल टेल यू लेटर. इसके बाद हम बता देंगे ऐसा क्यों पॉसिबल है. ओके, सो लेट अस एज्यूम दैट द टाइम कैन आल्सो बी डिफरेंट. जो टाइम है वो भी दोनों के लिए डिफरेंट है. ओके, डिफरेंट नहीं होगा देन टी प्राइम विल बी टी. टी 0 आ जाएगा, क्यू 1 आ जाएगा. ओके,
ओके.
so as of now we have got this much equation.
So this x prime equation is always zero, na?
Sorry?
Sir, x prime equation what you have written is x prime equals to a times x minus vt.
Right.
Sir, x is equals to vt, na? You have found the value of b by putting x equals to vt. So this equation is always zero.
Okay, meet yourself now. See, we are looking at this point. Okay, this point means the location of S prime. So according to S prime, his position is always at origin, right? S prime से पूछेंगे तो हमेशा x prime 0 है. But if you ask S, the x prime was, sorry, the x was 0 when S prime was with S. जब S prime और S एक ही जगह पे थे, they were at the same position. But after some later time, वो टाइम S नोट कर रहा है at time t. अब S प्राइम कहां पर है? x is equal to vt पर. ओके, S प्राइम से पूछेंगे तो वो तो हमेशा x प्राइम 0 पर ही रहेगा. Your position with respect to u is always 0. The position of S with respect to S is always 0. इनकी पोजीशन एक दूसरे रेस्पेक्ट में चेंज हो रही है. अपने रेस्पेक्ट में तो हमेशा ही ओरिजिन पर रहेंगे. So that's what I am putting here. X prime is 0 at all time, but यदि आप x से पूछेंगे तो this is the answer. Okay.
Sir,
Let
why
us,
is x prime is equal to a x plus bt?
this is be assumed. ये एक जनरल सेट ऑफ इक्वेशन है जो हमेशा ही ट्रू होगा, राइट? मान लीजिए आपको x प्राइम, t प्राइम, x और t के बीच रिलेशन नहीं मालूम है. What is the most general equation you can write? आप सबसे ज्यादा जनरल सॉल्यूशन क्या लिख सकते हैं बताइए?
ax plus b.
So this is what I'm writing. Now depending on the rules or laws of physics, जो भी rules है physics के law है, उसके according you will find out these numbers. तभी आपको ये नंबर पता चलेंगे, right? So we are implementing rule of physics now. जैसे पहला तो यही था. This is observation. S prime move कर रहा है with respect to S with velocity v. हमने implement किया and we realize that this is the correction between A and B. उससे हमको पता चला कि A और B के बीच ये करेक्शन हो सकता है. Let us put another rule. और क्या क्या हमको पता है? Speed of light is constant or same. Let us put this also, इसको भी put up करते हैं.
सर टी प्राइम को भी तो सिंपलीफाई कर सकते हैं ना सर, वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स पुट करके.
You want to consider another point and do the same calculation, huh? There is some problem with that. वो problem क्या है वो हम आगे बताएंगे आपको.
ओके सर.
So let us say t is equal to 0. Both s and s prime were at the same position. यहाँ पे s है, यहीं पे s prime भी है. Let us say we launch a light pulse. कैसे launch करेंगे? Just use some torch. आपने torch switch on किया and some light is traveling everywhere. We are focusing its movement along x-axis. Okay. At some later time t, अब क्या होगा? Let us say s is here. S कहीं भी हो सकता है. And with respect to s, s prime is obviously at some other distance. S prime यहाँ कहीं होगा. And according to s, this s prime is moving. S prime move कर रहा है with speed v. Light pulse. Let us say light pulse is here. Light pulse कहीं होगी. According to Einstein, both the person should get the same speed of light. S को भी इसकी लाइट की स्पीड c दिखाई देनी चाहिए. S प्राइम को भी c दिखाई देनी चाहिए. What is the meaning of this statement mathematically? S को c दिखाई देगी, इसका क्या मतलब है? Let us say light pulse is here. Light pulse यहाँ कहीं है. So what is this distance? ये distance कितना होगा? Let me just focus on the one dimension only. एक ही dimension में focus करते हैं अभी. Let us say light pulse is here. So x is equal to कितना distance travel किया light ने? This much, right? Speed कितनी है light की? According to Einstein c. So this is the observation of s. S को यही दिखाई देगा, right? S प्राइम से पूछेंगे तो S प्राइम को क्या आंसर मिलेगा? He will say that distance traveled is x prime. Speed मुझे भी c दिखाई दे रही है. The time noted by me is t prime. This is the relation. So let us put this relation in this equation. इस equations में इन दोनों को ही put up करते हैं. See what we get. So let me put it here. X prime is equal to a x minus bt. T prime is equal to p x plus qt, and this equation must give me this answer, that x is equal to ct, x prime is equal to ct prime. So let us put these numbers in this equation. So ct prime is equal to a, okay, ct minus bt, and t prime is equal to, sorry, px plus qt. No? There is no bracket here. So t prime is equal to p ct plus qt. Okay. We have two equations. The numbers are okay. No, but just 1 minute, guys. I think there is a problem. This is true for x-axis only, right? These are the statement. These are valid for x-axis. And if light is going in some other direction, मान लीजिए light किसी और direction में जा रही है तो, let us say light is going in this direction, then Do we have the same formula? No. I think yes. If I assume along x-axis only, then I am going to get formula which are true for along x-axis only. But we want to find general formula. हमें तो general formula पता करना है ना. So let us assume that light is going in some general direction. किसी direction में जा रही है. Not necessarily along x. जरूरी नहीं कि x के along ही हो. It can be in any direction. So what is the speed according to s? S के according speed कितनी होगी? Obviously this vector. How much is the length of this vector?
Sir, screen is not visible.
Just let me reconnect myself. Wait for a few seconds. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Yes, sir. You are visible.
Yes, sir. Now it is
Yes, sir.
visible.
Visible.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No share.
अरे सर है ही नहीं.
No, sir.
Has left.
और लीव कर गया लगता है.
Can you see?
हाँ
now?
सर लीव कर. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
So let us assume that light is moving in some general direction. किसी direction में move कर रही है. And let us observe the behavior of light with respect to s and s prime. So s को भी speed c दिखाई देगी, s prime को भी c दिखाई देगी. How does s measure the speed? Same rule, distance by time. कितना distance है? इतना. Time कितना लगा? According to s, time लगा t. s prime को क्या दिखाई देगा? Same thing. R prime square, which is nothing but x prime square plus y prime square plus z prime square. कितना टाइम लगा? t prime. Okay. According to s, what should be the connection? R is equal to ct. According to s prime, what is the connection? R prime is equal to ct prime, right? Or square root, not square root. X square plus y square plus z square is equal to c square t square. According to R prime. Okay. And what are the transformation rule? Transformation rules here. X prime is equal to a x minus bt. T prime is equal to bx plus qt. Okay. Means if I put value of x by x and t here, I should get x prime t prime consistent with the second equation. So let us put these two equations into this. दोनों equations इसमें रखेंगे, so ये satisfy करनी चाहिए. Let us put it. X prime square is a square x minus bt square, right? Or x prime square is a square x square plus b square t square minus 2x bt. What about t prime? T prime square is px square plus q square t square plus 2px qt. Now let us put the value of x square and x prime square in this formula. x prime square किसके बराबर है? t square t prime square minus y prime square minus z prime square is equal to a square x square plus b square t square minus 2x bt. Okay. Let us put this formula also. t square किसके बराबर है? इसके बराबर, right? Let me put it here.
It's not taken by
T square, and what is t? T is this much. T prime minus tx upon t. So these are the equations now, and using these two equations, I should get the value of a, t, and q. Okay. Once I get the value of this a, p, and q, obviously these values are consistent with this observation. जो भी आपको यहाँ से numbers मिलेंगे, वो इन equation के साथ consistent होने चाहिए. Okay. So let me summarize it. I'll give you the final results in the next class. What we are trying to get, what we are trying to observe. These are the transformation rule. Okay. And how to determine coefficients. Must be consistent with the जो भी A B P Q आना है, they must be consistent with observed results. क्या क्या रिजल्ट आप ऑब्जर्व करते हैं? पहला रिजल्ट है S prime is moving with velocity v with respect to s. और क्या आपने ऑब्जर्व किया? स्पीड of light is c with respect to s and s prime. So we are going it backward now. अब हम वापस उल्टा चल रहे हैं. ये सही है तो हमने ये conditions इन equations में रखी. Obviously these equations will get problem because AB PQ हमको नहीं मालूम है. So we determine AB PQ by using these two terms as conditions. इन दोनों statement को हमने as a condition use किया. We put these conditions in equations A and B. A और B में हमने ये equations ये conditions रखी. And that's how we determine these four numbers. So these four numbers has to be consistent with these rules. Okay. So what are A, B and PQ that we will determine in the next class. एक बार जब A, B, PQ मिल जाएंगे, means जो भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन रूल होगा वो इस तरीके का होगा कि लाइट की स्पीड दोनों फ्रेम में सेम दिखाएगा, राइट? सो व्हाट आर द एग्जैक्ट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन रूल? वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन रूल क्या है और जो ऑब्जेक्ट लाइट नहीं है या द ऑब्जेक्ट्स व्हिच आर स्लोअर देन लाइट उनके केस में कैसे बिहेव करता है, दैट वी विल डिस्कस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. एनी डाउट हियर? There is one doubt with the inertial frame, right? Inertial frame को लेके आपका भी एक डाउट है. इसके अलावा और कुछ?
सर इसका PDF कहाँ मिलेगा?
So I am uploading all the PDF here. This is group I, right? Go to file section, class material. These are just PDF file of these hand-written things, okay?
सर ये वाला क्लास का रिकॉर्डिंग मुझे मिल जाएगा, मेरे नेटवर्क सही नहीं है.
Recordings are also generating automatically in this folder. So this is a recording of last class. Similarly, when this class will end, you will see the recording right here. Okay?
सर वो इनर्शियल फ्रेम वाला डाउट नहीं है, एक्चुअल में इतना पूछना था कि आपने इनर्शियल फ्रेम का कहा था ना कि वो इंडिपेंडेंट फ्रेम है, पर एक्चुअल में इनर्शियल फ्रेम तो कुछ होते ही नहीं है, वो तो हम रिलेटिव के कॉन्सेप्ट से बताते ना.
Let me ask you a simple question here, and you have learned this concept in +2 also. This is a table, and this is a rotating table. कैसे पता चला है रोटेट कर रही है? Rotating table with respect to this person S, जो बाहर ग्राउंड पर है. Okay. There is an object placed on this table. So as soon as this table rotate, let us say this person is A, this person is B. ये person B टेबल पर है. B को तो नहीं पता चल रहा है टेबल रोटेट कर रही है. Can we realize that table is rotating? Right? We cannot realize, like you cannot realize that Earth is rotating. क्या आपको Earth का rotation feel होता है? So in the same way, V has no such sense.
वो constant velocity से.
Now you will see that when table rotates, this block will slip out of the table. ये block table से बाहर चला जाता है, right? So there is a change in velocity. Block की velocity में change है, and there is a force. So delta B is not is equal to 0. ये चीज B को भी दिखाई देगी. But according to B, is there any force on this block? क्या इस ब्लॉक पे कोई फोर्स भी लग रहा है B के अकॉर्डिंग?
नो सर.
Right?
No,
So
sir.
according to B, delta B is not 0, but there is no force. Or in other words, Newton's law is not valid, right? Agree? Acceleration तो है, force नहीं मिल रहा है आपको. You ask the same thing from A. A भी agree करता है, delta B is not is equal to 0. But according to A, there is a force. Particle पे force है. That is centripetal or centrifugal, depending on your interpretation. And due to that force, this object is moving. But according to A, Newton's law is valid. Okay. So A को ये नहीं जानना कि B को क्या दिखाई दिया. A can detect on its own that yes, Newton's laws are valid. I am in an inertial frame. B को A को क्या दिखाई दिया, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. B can detect that Newton's laws are not valid in my case. Okay. So B.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. That they are completely independent of each other. A को B की जरूरत नहीं है, B को A की जरूरत नहीं है अपना रिजल्ट एस्टेब्लिश करने के लिए.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
get the class here. I'll complete this transformation rules in the next class. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.